What's up everyone? So today we wanted to make a video for you guys explaining why we own automatic Genesis Coupes and if in fact owning an automatic sports car really does suck. We're going to go over how we each ended up with these vehicles, our impressions of owning an automatic sports car, and also what the future holds for us with our next cars.
And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, like our Facebook page, and then follow us on Instagram. I've had my Genesis Coupe for about 4 years now, so I'll start off with the history of that. My first car when I was 16 was a 2007 Scion TC. It had the 5-speed manual transmission.
Definitely a lot of fun, but a little on the slow end for sure. Definitely not a sports car, but a good entry-level, manual, fun little car.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 16, you think it's the coolest car ever.
Yeah, I did, intake exhaust, short throw shifter, all that good stuff. And it was definitely a fun car. So with the Genesis Coupe, I narrowed it down to the 2-liter premium. I wanted the turbo for a lot of reasons. And then I was really into having the idea of having this navigation system, the smart key, push start, sunroof. So all that was really cool. I wanted to have that. And the only turbo option with that is the premium, which only comes in the 5-speed automatic. So when I was looking at then the premium Genesis Coupes, it was an automatic, and I really was kind of 50-50 manual or automatic. I didn't really care that much, but I do want something that I could be engaged in and drive and have fun. And the car does have paddle shifters, which was something cool. I've never used that before. That was really when more automatics were offering these, although nowadays even SUVs have them with CVT transmissions, which is ridiculous. But when I got this, having paddle shifters was something cool to try out, and it's been 4 years and I still obviously have the car and have done some crazy things with it. So that's kind of how I got to the premium automatic Genesis Coupe.
So in doing a lot of that research as well, I think the car had been out for 2 years when we were looking for his. The manuals had almost a 50-50 review that we were finding of either really working well or people having issues with them. And looking back on it now, as a part of the Gen group we're in, there have been a lot of people who are on their first transmission, everything's running smooth, no issues there. Some people are on their third or even fourth manual transmission. When it came time for me to sell the Tacoma, I had just done the 6-inch lift, the reliability was going down really quickly. We have a whole separate video explaining more on that. And I was also very interested in getting a Genesis Coupe. We did a lot more research on the manuals. We thought, it'd be a cool comparison, have a turbo automatic and a turbo manual. In doing a lot of research and having a lot of reliability issues in the past, I thought I'd play it safe and get an automatic as well. I do have the 3.8, so we still have awesome comparison videos between the turbo and that. And the manual is still cool, but our opinion, we like to save that for either the track or your weekend car.
Yeah, both these cars are our daily drivers, so we are traffic, which is not fun in a stick shift. Countless times in the TC, of course, been stuck in traffic, but on a daily basis, it can get annoying. I do prefer it over an automatic, honestly, I really do. Just, like he said, I'd save it for my weekend toy car. So for the most part, there are 2 different types of automatic. You have your automated manuals and your automatics. The automated manuals have a clutch of some sort, either 1 or 2, Lamborghini Gallardo, Ferrari 458, Nissan GTR, and then even a lower price point, the Evo 10 with the 6-speed twin clutch gearbox. The other automatics are real automatics with a torque converter. You also do see those in your expensive cars, the Aston Martin Vanquish, Maserati Gran Turismo, Jaguar F-Type, and all 3 of those cars, the ZF transmission is the company that makes their transmission, same brand as the transmission in the 6-speed Genesis Coupe. So, and the 5-speed automatic in the Genesis Coupe is a Hyundai built one, but it is a good automatic. Recently I did drive the new turbo Mustang with the automatic. I wanted to compare it to my car, and I didn't like it one bit. When you put it in drive, it's a normal car, but you can shift with the paddles and it'll shift while it's in drive. Then when you put the shifter over into manual mode, the car seemed to shift for me, and I kind of had some input, but it really wasn't a straight line of automatic and manual. So that transmission is horrible in my opinion. If you're gonna get a Mustang, get a stick shift. However, with the Genesis Coupe, a 370Z, and the FRS, I think that those all have good automatics. They have paddle shifters, and when you have it in drive, like right now, it's a normal car. It's an automatic, your typical car, nothing special. So with both of these automatics, you really do have control over the transmission, and that's kind of the whole idea about a manual, is the control. You want to know your engine, know your gear in each different RPM, That's all about the driving experience. And while, yes, we're not pushing a clutch in and shifting like that, just shifting by the flick of a wrist, you really do get to know the transmission and you have the control. And when we're out on the mountains or on the track especially, the benefits of an automatic with paddle shifters that is good really do start to show their signs.
And a lot of what he said in, knowing your car a lot, especially in this automatic, you get to learn which speed the car is going to stay in that gear for you. So if you're, like right now I'm going 20 miles an hour, I know fourth gear is not going to work going 20 miles an hour, especially when I'm slowing down.
And it's still in third gear, under 1,000 RPMs.
Yep, I was in third gear around that whole cul-de-sac there. So it really does hold the gear very well. It, just going slower, it doesn't downshift until you get to that very slow end of it. As far as driving this automatic on mountain roads or tracks, it's just very responsive. We took both our cars to VIR a couple weeks ago and had an absolute blast. They held, the gear that we wanted around each turn. We had plenty of power coming out of each turn, and it was just super fun not having to worry about the clutch and just enjoy the driving experience of being in an awesome sports car and being able to control each gear, which was a lot of fun.
So when we were looking at the 3.8, definitely a much different beast than my turbo. We did test out a 2015 R-Spec V6 and of course the manual transmission. But one thing we noticed after comparing that engine, which is a little more powerful than the first generation, this doesn't seem any slower, and we equate that to the quick shifts. And regardless of what a lot of you are going to say, you cannot shift quicker than an automatic. It's just the laws of physics. It's impossible. And while there's the fun factor, the automatic, any of them
still a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're going to shift quicker than you no matter what. And we found that uninterrupted power is just more fun to enjoy, the power, which is kind of hard to explain. But if you compare two cars with similar powers, the automatic is going to be faster for the most part. Just the shifts are going to be quicker, and you don't have that interruption in power, just always power.
And you can feel it just between the shifts here. Jerks a little bit.
Yeah, there's no interruption in the power.
But, yeah.
While the manual, of course, there's going to be a quarter-second delay maybe. So a lot of people do comment on a lot of our videos asking, why do you have an automatic sports car? That must suck, which is kind of why we're making this video. And like we said earlier, it doesn't at all. Being that these are our daily drivers, we have to deal with traffic. 90% of the time, I would say,
we're just going to work and back during the week. But as you can see, I'm still messing around with the gears. Even that was fun.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about shifting, which, obviously is fun. But, during the week, you can just mess around and have fun as well.
And if you have a good automatic, like we discussed, you're not sacrificing that much. I mean, yeah, the manuals are fun. They have that fun aspect, which I do miss, although we've had several opportunities to drive.
Yeah, we still get to drive. The Hellcat was a manual that I did a review on, a couple Mustangs.
Several Genesis Coupes, all sorts of cars. So we've had the opportunity to drive manuals, so it's not like it's been 4 years without one. But if you are looking for a car and for whatever reason you either can't have a manual for physical reasons, or like us, you just didn't want to have to deal with any reliability issues, or you have it as your daily and you have a toy car on the weekend, if you go with an automatic, there are good choices out there. The Gen, the FRS, the 370Z, you will get a great automatic if that's what you want, and you can still have all the fun that you want in a sports car. And part of owning a sports car, which these are, is the fun factor of being that the transmission is still really good. It's engaging, the gears, it doesn't intervene with you. You get to tell the transmission what gear you want, and just kind of that race car feel of, quick shifts and responsiveness. An automatic can be a blast, no doubt.
And with all that being said, that leads us to the future of our cars, which in fact will be manuals. Hopefully 2016 we'll each have our manual sports car. We're not going to tell you guys what those will be yet, but they only come in a manual option, which should be a pretty hard clue, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe not.
A few cars I think only come in manuals. But yeah, we have some vehicles on our mind, and hopefully later this year. So good things are coming, and those will be our weekend toy fun, all about the fun fact of a sports car.
Yeah, mountain driving. We'll still have, you know, our gens for the daily commutes, but we'll have that fun, awesome weekend car to make a ton more videos of. So to sum up the whole point of this video, does an automatic sports car suck or, you know, pointless to own? The answer is
no, not at all.
Not at all.
Most of the time, a sports car with an automatic is going to be a great pick. Like I said, the Mustang, don't even bother. That was horrible in my opinion. But the other ones that have good responsive paddles, where there's a clear line between drive and manual, you have that responsive that you want, and that's all about what driving is all about for car enthusiasts, of course. So for whatever car you're looking for, whatever reason you need manual or automatic, a lot of cars have the option that you want, and
you still have as much fun in both. If you're just in it for the awesome driving experience, you're gonna have fun either way.
There's not really a reason to hate on the automatic sports cars, being that the fastest cars in the world aren't even close to a manual gearbox, just because the time it takes a human to shift is way too slow compared to any type of automated system.
Yeah, I was in a 6-speed, the gated Lamborghini Gallardo, and while it was fun riding shotgun, being in a Lambo, I could see the benefit of getting the E-gear in that car, because just if you miss your shift, you know, it's not going to be as fun or smooth of a ride. Even though there is some, you know, jolt we've seen with the E-gear, but, you know, even that I would take over the gated manual.
It's just that, the delay in shift, that kind of level car, it's so quick, you can just feel the power forever. And with this Genesis Coupe, and we've driven the manual Genesis Coupes as well, with this car, it's uninterrupted, just goes. With the manual, there's that delay. So honestly, the 15 we drove, it felt slower than this, which is, I wasn't expecting that. But this car put more of a smile on my face than the manual in terms of power. So it's, they're really equal. If you have a good automatic and a good manual, they're really equal. If you are dailying it like we do, you know, the automatic's gonna be a great choice, and you still have the fun factor with the paddle shifters.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, seeing our perspective of why we own automatic sports cars. You know, again, manuals are still fun, but you can have just as fun in the automatic. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. So be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, browse our channel for other automotive videos, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram.
See you all next video.